Stop, or I'll hold you in contempt.
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Silvana Cross and Attorney Martin James Case, and I on behalf of Mr. Littleton. Mr. Littleton, can you please introduce your
All right, ladies, we ready to go?
Yes, Judge, the people are ready to go, and I have a complaining witness who flew in from out of this country to be here today.
All right, put her on the stand.
Your Honor, okay. Mr. Littleton, to refer the competency at this time, the defense counsel is adamant that Mr. Littleton is no way understanding the nature or the object of the proceeding and cannot. But he is not fully aware, Your Honor, when I try to ask him or explain to him that I'm his attorney. He doesn't.
Let me stop you. When did you talk to him and realize you had those problems?
Well, it's been a compounded conversation. So it was the first one at the PCC. It was a little off. If Your Honor was, I'm not sure if Your Honor was the judge at that time.
Was not.
Saying that I didn't think anything.
Counsel, my question was a simple one. When did you know you had this problem?
So I'm telling you it's a compounded issue, Your Honor. It wasn't just the first time, it was the second time also.
Denied. Twice I've asked you a direct question, you can't answer it. No, I asked you for a date. When did you know you had the problem? They flew somebody in from out of the country. If this was a problem you could have told them about a week ago, we could have avoided that. So we'll go ahead with the exam. You can do whatever you want. You can build whatever your record is. We're going to use the witnesses that are here today. I didn't ask for an argument, counsel. I just told you my decision.
Going to be completely, I think we should be ready and what can be administered. Mr. Wilson, I have no opportunity to review the discovery. I'm not the attorney of record.
Then why are you here? Who's the attorney of record?
And that is correct, Judge, as much as Ms.
So schedule a show cause for Attorney King for contempt of court. Would somebody like to explain to me why the attorney of record is not here for a scheduled exam?
Well, it's not understanding that it's a different matter that he's explaining to us respond because I was going to come here anyway, and because Mr. Littleton was going to refer to competence.
No, he wasn't. You were going to ask for that.
The statute requires that the court at least consider the referral to competency at this point in time juncture. I understand that there has been a delay in the complaints from out of the country. However, the statute is very clear. And if Mr. Littleton cannot assist rationally, cannot comprehend what is actually happening, actually we cannot move forward. And I think the court has an obligation to consider.
Here's what I consider. Your office is continuing to do this to the court docket with attorneys that are scheduled, that don't show, don't call, just ghost us. We've got attorneys that show up the day of the exam having never spoken to their defendant repeatedly, day in, day out. Every Wednesday we have the same thing. Your office is disrespecting the Wayne County bench. Is that clear? We've been told we have to actually hold you people in contempt so that they can withhold the payment for the job that you're not doing. Would you like to say anything?
Judge, I just asked for an opportunity to make a fair record, if I may.
Go ahead.
So first of all, I would like to note that this is my first time actually working with Ms. Barrage. This is not, I believe, her choice. I believe she was sent here by Mr. King.
Oh, it sounds like they threw her to the wolves.
I just want to acknowledge that. I don't think that this is a problem for me.
No, she's just lucky enough to be the one I yell at. Yeah.
Judge, I contacted Mr. King. I called NDS last week, contacted them specifically so that I could figure out ahead of the PCC who the defense attorney was. I found out that it was Mr. King. I contacted Mr. King. I got a hold of him that day. It was the day before the probable cause conference. I let him know that I was personally sending him the digital discovery so that he could review it. I indicated that there may be some competency concerns, and I asked if he would let me know if he would be referring for competency. I also let him know that I spoke to the out of the country complaining witness, confirmed that the next 4 to 6 Wednesdays are free in her schedule, and let him know that we would be flying her in, and told Mr. King that I would make any of those days work, but that if we scheduled an exam for her to be flown into the country, and Judge, this is very important, this happened at the airport, so flown into the airport that she was sexually assaulted in, that if that happened and if she came here, we were holding this exam. Because I was not going to have the victim come all the way back here, only to be told that there was an adjournment request or have him be referred for competency. I asked Mr. King that. I did feel at the time like he was dismissing me, but I also recognized it was pre-PCC. The PCC happened. I appeared early. I was not present when the actual date was set. It was set for 7 days out. We did everything that we could to get the victim here. I had the officer in charge meet her where her plane landed at the actual gate to get her from the gate through the airport. Again, she was sexually assaulted into her hotel to keep her calm because she's been extremely traumatized as a result of this. Prior to this, after all the arrangements were made, I started calling Mr. King 48 hours before the victim needed to leave to come here, just to confirm that he was not planning on asking for an adjournment for discovery, to confirm that he was not planning on referring the defendant for competency. He refused to call me back, refused to answer my text. I got a call from him this morning at 8:30. It was the first time he has spoken to me since pre-PCC last week. And that is when he told me that he had not spoken to his client, that other members of his team had fortunately stepped in to speak to his client for him, and that they were concerned about his competency, and that he wasn't sure if the defendant would be able to sit through this hearing today.
This is totally unconscionable.
Which I told Mr. King that we would address the, because to be fair, Judge,
Mr. King better bring a toothbrush when he comes for the show cause. Please send that message. Clear? Counsel? Clear? Answer my question. Clear? Make sure he brings a toothbrush when he comes for his show cause. Thank you.
if I may, Judge, I recognize I have no actual power to object to a competency referral. And I recognize that. But the way that this was handled, it is one thing to inconvenience me, and I have a lot of respect for the Neighborhood Defender Services. There are several of them here at this courthouse that I have so much respect for.
Me too.
But how this was handled was completely inappropriate, and I told Mr. King that until there was an actual issue in court, we were here, we were ready to go, and I'm at a loss, Judge, because ethically as a prosecutor, I know that I cannot push to proceed when there is a genuine referral for competency. I don't want to compromise my ethics, but this is extremely difficult for the position that we are in, and the reason we're in this position is because of Mr. King.
If I may, Your Honor. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you, prosecutor, for the procedural history, and I can't speak to the conversations of the prosecutor had with Mr. King directly. However, I will remind them, or just say, that at the times and moments that Mr. King was stating that he did not intend to refer to competency until after buying over, that those were true statements. And it wasn't until understanding the actual, and not to get into privileged communications and client confidential conversations that we've had, that even at this preliminary examination, even if it is probable cause, and even though he's told the prosecutor that we don't intend to refer to competency until later, it was clear that Mr. Littleton has an issue understanding the order, nature, and proceedings, as well as not being able to assist rationally in his defense. So it's not to say that Mr. King wasn't being honest or truthful, but
He was being lazy and unprofessional, counsel. He never spoke to the defendant.
Your Honor,
Unless she's lying to me, King told her he'd never met with Mr. Littleton. Other people from his office had.
I wasn't part of that conversation. I can't speak to them. I'm not
Then I'm going to take her at her word.
lying. Just saying that all the other times that she was speaking with Mr. King and he made the applications and the intention of holding this exam, that was his intention. It wasn't to be dismissive. He wasn't refusing to communicate, that he was figuring out.
Counsel, stop, or I'll hold you in contempt.
Just to make my argument.
Keep talking, I'll hold you in contempt. I'm not going to let you make your argument because you don't know what you're talking about. You're not talking from firsthand knowledge. She is. Sit down. Counsel, don't test me.
I'm sorry.
Sit down. You're done speaking today.
Done speaking today?
Yes, ma'am. Who flew in?
Judge, the complaining witness in this case, her name is Nora Al-Thamna, that's spelled N-O-U-R-A, last name A-L dash.
All right, I'm going to want her in here in just a minute. do the paperwork so we can send Mr. Littleton for his competency, which will be 6 months down the road before we hear anything. You guys can take Mr. Littleton back into lockup. Bring your complainant in. Did you tell her what happened?
I did not. I told her that there was an issue and he wanted to see her and that I would explain after this.
So we're not going to have an exam today. I wanted to apologize to you personally for making you show up and put you through this and have nothing of substance happen. I also want to know exactly, with documentation to counsel, what it costs you to show up here today. Because if I find the attorney in contempt, I'm going to charge him for your costs. You understand that? All right. I just wanted you to hear it from me personally, that I apologize on behalf of the system. I apologize to you because the system is not treating you well. Thank you, counsel.
Bring it.
Ms. Moore, anything else?
Thank you. And again, I just want to acknowledge that I do not believe that Ms. Farage did anything. She was just sent.
I don't disagree. Thank you.